Yo, people, lateness is greatness. You already know what time it is. It's time for the Chelsea versus Everton review. And we got Dami here from the start. Just what I'm saying, because he's early with his upload. We're not playing about, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what I mean? I know a lot of you was waiting for Apple Juice and music, but this was just business. Do you know what I'm saying? This was just serious business that had to be attended to today. Just get the job done. We head out. We move very collectively. You know, everybody that was championing Kai Havertz to play some more games, to play up front with Timo Werner. You took the W today. You know what I'm saying? You took your win. Great performance from him today. You know what I'm saying? We can't really ask for much more. Cannot ask for much more. I mean, I think the title gives you the sense of where I'm going with this, apart from the fact that he was robbed, basically. And it wasn't even in broad daylight, so I can't even use that. But he was robbed. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, won the penalty. Right, bro, it's facts. He won the penalty. You know, he scored, but then it was given his own goal, and then he scored again, and that was given as offside. So, but it's just the whole game just got robbed. In my these guys want to go with in my eyes. If we go with in my eyes, like we did with Werner, and we say, yo, game's 2-0, we won 2-0, Timo Werner scored. Maybe today we can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can call it. Someone's calling it here moonlight robbery. Big up to the chat. Domination, as Dennis says. You know what I'm saying? Dennis the Menace. If you watch that show, you're goated. Uzi, Callum, all you man in the chat. Listen, job done. Job done. Yeah, 2-0. That's really, I think that was actually my predicted on Big Six. That was all we needed today. Just collect the W and move on. Dami, how are you feeling, bro, after that?
W settings and whatnot, you understand? I spoke about Kai Havertz. They thought I was crazy. They said I was mad, fam. But listen, here we are. You understand? Here we are. He was robbed in fact, it's not even broad daylight. Nah, you know what? He was robbed in broad daylight as far as I'm concerned. You understand? It's daylight somewhere on the planet. So literally they had to watch in daylight. Brother came onto the shop and they stole from him. He could have scored 3 goals. What are we talking about? Jorginho stole the penalty, even though I know he's the one on duty. They stole the banging goal, Puskas level settings, you understand? And they stole his first goal. I don't know what more to say, fam. I don't know if they have issues with Germans in the Premier League, but I'm not the one that makes the rules, innit?
For me, out and doubt, Kai Havertz man in the match. It's not even close.
100.
For me, 100. You have to give it to him, because again, and obviously Anita's not going to be joining us today. She's got duties with Gold Diggers, so if you guys were wondering, but she'll be back for the next game. Kai Havertz, man in the match and clear, because he came into this game with very little football under his belt. He was coming off the bench a lot. A lot of people were asking, where's Tammy in this starting 11? He's obviously not even in the squad. So I think Tammy's future is looking more and more ropey by the second. Chelsea have obviously been linked with strikers. And then back-to-back games, I think he's not in the squad, plus getting hooked off at half-time in 2 of the games that he has played. So, but Kai, I wanted to see Kai in a team where he plays as the false nine or as the striker, and he plays with Timo near him as well, and he's not isolated. Obviously, usually in my head, I had Mason Mount there, Callum Hudson-Odoi, not complaining with that either. And I thought the front three were just so dangerous. Do you know what I mean? We're talking about a team that had to break low blocks. To start in 11, a lot of people were like, there's a lot of players missing. You know, Mason Mount was missing. Kante was missing. Zuma started as well. People were up in arms about that. No Chilwell. But for me, people, when I'm talking about this team, I'm thinking to myself, well done to Thomas Tuchel for being able to rotate this team and still get the win, because we spoke so much about players like Mason Mount getting overused and drained out. We spoke so much about not enough rotation and players getting injured like Kante because they're overused and they're not rotated. For me, it was great to see that Mason Mount rested. Cool. It wasn't in my prediction, but it was good to see it happen. Kante rested. You know what I mean? We got games against Leeds, which is, we know, a high energy team next week. We got a game against Atletico Madrid next week as well. That is big. So it's 100% necessary to rotate this team and keep it moving. 100%, man. Kai was robbed, people. He was robbed. Do you know what I mean? For me, I'm not going to lie to you, yeah? When I saw the replay of that disallowed goal, it kind of hit this area here. So it was very touch and go. You could have went 4-4 against. To be honest, I think it's the fact that we were robbed against Liverpool. That was clear robbery. That's where I have issue with. So I was kind of like, yo, just balance it out and just give us the respect here and give us the goal, because you robbed us against Liverpool. Obviously, that's not how it works. But for me, it was touch and go. So the decision could have went either way. But obviously the shot that he had with the first goal slightly deflects off Godfrey. I didn't know if it was going in or not. Apparently it's not going in, so now they've given it as an own goal. So yeah, it does feel like robbery on his behalf. But for me, it's like it's one of those ones where you have to be like, do you know what? It doesn't matter. We don't judge Kyle on goals and assists. If you watch the game, he's banned the match today. We give him his props. So, you know what I mean? We don't complain about it. It would have been nice to get him the stats on the mark, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Polar Bear says, Danish Maldini, solid performance. Listen, when it comes to that situation is mad because the penitentiary, as Lewis keeps saying, is getting fuller and fuller. I don't know what you made of his performance, Dami, but for me, I thought he was brilliant. Do you know what I mean? I thought he was absolutely fantastic because, again, clean sheet. Everybody was debating, does he start, does he not? You know, we've got a situation where potentially Thiago Silva's back. He's in the squad. He's walking pre-match. Do we swap him out? We kept him in, kept the faith, and Danish Maldini, as you guys are calling him, did the work. I mean, what did you make of him? Because it's another clean sheet, and Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin in the penitentiary from it's long.
Literally, yeah. Listen, Christensen, like I said, Danish Maldini, fam. Well, a lot of people are talking about Thiago Silva come back into the 11 and doing a Mazzolini. You understand? A lot of people wanted to see that. In my match preview yesterday, I said, you know what? Let's actually give Christensen another go. You know, I'm coming from. I don't think this is the game you rush Thiago Silva back into the shop. Once again, brother did very, very well today. You can't discredit him at all. He's been solid from start to finish, fam. I said to a lot of people who are getting into Hell's Gate, we're going to go into a period that was going to be exceptionally difficult to pull through. And we've pulled through. Do you know I'm coming from? We're literally pulling through as it is. We've literally got 2 more games during this evil period. And then once we're done now, we'll be well in the clear. So I'm sat here looking at Christensen and I'm like, you know what? If anything happens to Silva again, or at least now that we know if anything happens to Silva, he's actually someone that can do something for us. Now, a lot of people are going to talk about back 3 tax and talk about all sorts of different things. But true say, we need to give credit where credit is due. He's starting to give us a much larger sample size. And ever since he's come in, he has really messed up. So I'm gassed. I'm very gassed.
Yeah. Zippy's saying there's madness going on in your mentions on Twitter. Do you want to speak on that for a second?
All right. Listen. Let me talk to these man that bring race and whatnot. Let me talk to people that have been racist.
I'll speak on it after you.
True say, at the end of the day, yeah, as you can see, I'm on stream. Man is laughing. Man is smiling. Man is gassed, fam. You understand? You can call me a cotton picker. You can say Black Lives Don't Matter. You can say I look like a monkey. You can say whatever you need to do. Man has gotten so much worse in his life. You get me? But one thing I will let you know is that please don't introduce this and don't show this to the other people that actually can't tolerate it. The amount of abuse I got on that, yeah, you man can do all the things you want to do. Yeah, it was cringe. Yeah, it looked funky. Yeah, I wore a tie and put a comb in my hair. I had the thing on my hair. But when it comes to all the racism and whatnot, I don't think we should keep on doing this because true say it's not a good look. Do you know where I'm coming from? It's not a good look. For me, once again, I can keep on saying, I'm here, I'm doing my thing. I've got my job. I'm going to my job tomorrow. You understand? I don't live in my mom's basement. You know where I'm coming from? I don't live in my dad's basement. I've got my own apartment. I'm doing my thing. I'm earning my money, doing my job, got good relationships with different people, and I'm just doing my life. So if you're going to come onto another platform and racially abuse somebody, then I think as a person, you need to reflect on that because that's not good, innit? Matisse, you know me, fam. We've been on this for a long time.
Let me pitch in here because
pitching, fam.
Do you know what? Yeah, we've been. I'm not even going to go on for too long, but we've been making videos on this platform for about a year before, probably a year straight. We have very thick skin, right? So I keep telling people, there's nothing you can say to me on socials to get me upset. It's not. It might happen with others, but for me, you can't do it because. Regardless, as you can see, what people say to me and Dami, we keep going. We keep making content. We're now on YouTube. Do you know what I'm saying? We just keep going. We keep rising. So what I keep saying as well is that for me at this point, and I saw this clip somewhere and I thought it was very smart, Black people should not have to explain racism to you anymore. Yeah? Because we already know where it is. So it's for others to now get sorted in terms of social media companies, acting. I'm not going to keep regurgitating the same shit over and over and over again and nobody... The higher uppers that can actually sort the situation out in terms of social media companies don't do anything. Okay, I come on here to enjoy myself. I come on here to live life, keep prospering, keep going up. I'm not gonna have little clowns on Twitter continue to keep making me have to readdress shit over and over again. it's very clear where everybody stands now. That's what needs to happen on social media platforms for anything to change. You're not going to ruin my night with your nonsense. You see what I'm saying?
100%. And another thing is,
me and Dami have already gone through all of this and worse in real life. So we're not gonna allow nobody on socials to be messing up our night. You see what I'm saying? We do.
I'm not going to come out here. Literally, when it comes to educating people and telling people how to go about the thing, I've done quite a lot of it. You know, I'm coming from. I keep asking people, how many of you have been to Tesco's to give? I gave a homeless person £10. They threw it at me because of the color of my skin. They threw the money back at me because of the color of my skin. Do you know how mad that is? True say, once again, I'm here, fam. You can't put man down. I want you, man, to clip this and put it on the tier. You understand? Clip this and put this on the tier, because I think these man think they negatively affect us when they do stuff like this. All I'm worried about is the younger people that
as I've said so many times now. This is people attention seeking, yeah, because they know that if they type something like that, they could potentially get blown up, and then if they do it in a famous person's DMs, they can get exposed and they can go. Do you know what I'm saying? It's attention seeking at this point. I'm starting to feel like people are using race as an opportunity to troll and get attention on social media platforms where they don't get enough attention at home. That's your situation. Deal with it. Do you know what I'm saying? We're here to talk about
some of you are out here. Some people are out here. You might not abusing me before you tell your parents good night, fam. Have you brushed your teeth today? What's wrong with you, fam? Probably sat in your mom's basement, not doing nothing. You get me? Literally, once again, we're not going to address this month for too much longer. You understand? Big up to every single person showing love in the chat. Big up to all people showing love on Twitter. Big up to every single one of you. I'm fine, as you can clearly see. I didn't even bring it up on stream. It was someone in the comment section that brought it up. I was going about my day as I have been, and I will continue to do. You get me? But once again, if you man see people like this, be sure to report and do that. I don't give these people attention. Literally, all the people that are quoting, block. I'm not on that quoting thing and giving these brothers extra fee. I'm not on that. So literally, once again, please, I beg you, clip this, put this on the tier, let these man see. You understand? I didn't curse none of them on the stream.
Understand,
none of them. You know, come on from.
Yeah, people, I need to understand. We get tired now. Do you know what I'm saying? We're tired. We have said the same thing over and over and over again. And you can do all of your nils in before games and Black Lives Matter, but if there's no actual change, then that's on them. That's on the higher. That's not on the higher powers. I've been saying the same thing now for too long. I have ordered my third TV set in 3 months. Already smashed it too because of watching Werner get that average. Get this average done out of here. Man, he's so bad. Yo, Timo Werner. I mean, listen, we're gonna speak about it because obviously he missed a lot of chances, Dami, in the second half, especially. Brother can't buy a goal. Do you know what I'm saying? Cannot buy a goal. For me, it's one of those situations now where I'm like, I don't. A lot of people say this happened at Leipzig already because his finishing was so poor, and his finishing was, his finishing was very inconsistent, and he took a lot of shots to get to get a lot of goals. He was one of those players that just kept getting a high volume of chances, and his missed chances were quite high. But this is getting a bit silly now, isn't it? Today, I mean, he had so many great opportunities today.
This man, they gave him a pack of crisps to finish, fam. He couldn't finish it. I'm telling you. You understand? Roast dinner, Christmas Day settings and whatnot. Will you be able to finish the food on the table? I don't even know if he can do that. Literally, I see him working hard. I see him doing his thing. I see him trying consistently. But these misses are becoming too much. Literally, we're fortunate that Havertz came into the shop and played exceptionally well. You understand? Getting involved in all the goals in some way, shape, or form. But if this was a game where it was dragging and grinding and Werner had all those opportunities and missed them, we'd be having a very different conversation now. Now, I understand that people think that he's going to come around for us next season. I'm one of those people. I want him to succeed. We spent a lot of money on him, so I want him to succeed. And he's obviously a good lad. But true say, he needs to fix up on his finishing real soon. Very, very soon. Because right now, this is not what we need at Chelsea Football Club. I would not take Werner into next season expecting him to score me enough goals to win the Premier League, which is what we're trying to do. So it's mad. It's literally mad. Man needs to fix up soon, man. He definitely does need to fix up soon. Enough of this pampering and patting all those things. It don't make sense. It don't make sense.
The thing is, with Timo is that he works hard, he makes the runs, makes very good runs, and gets himself into great positions. But he was signed to score goals. Do you know what I'm saying? And he needs to be finishing these opportunities. This is where, I mean, the fact that he missed maybe 3 big chances and none of them actually cost us because we still won the game comfortably is obviously good for the team. But there may be times where we do need to finish. Latter stages of the Champions League, you have to be taking those chances. If you're coming up against a Bayern Munich or you're coming up against one of those guys where you're not going to get a lot of chances, if he's playing up front and he misses those 2 chances, and that's what gets us knocked out the quarterfinal or the semi-final, that is going to be where people come onto him. So he's going to get away with it tonight, but long term, he needs to be tucking these away because that's what he was signed for. And that's why the club are looking for a striker still. Big up Matisse and Dami. Man like finding Timo is like AVB reincarnated playing as a striker. Can't finish. Man like Havertz flourishing the false 9. Yeah, sorry, 9.4555. For me, I've been waiting to see Kai in this team and up front for a while now, because we're back earlier in the season when we had no wingers as well. I said to myself, yo, where's Kai? We have no wingers. Let's try and go 2 up front with Werner, or let's try and put Kai up front. Let's try something new. And I think Kai can play a multitude of positions. I don't think he can just play in this position. He's very versatile. But as he's adapting to the Premier League, I always felt simplify it for him. Let's see if we can just put him up front and make it that he just has to score goals and get on the end of things, because he can do that. And he was great tonight. Do you know what I mean? It's just one game.
Yeah.
But it was a great night for him, man of the match. And I think going forward, I'd like to see him in that position, because as the weeks have been going by, we've been saying on this channel, nobody has claimed and taken the mantle when it comes to that striking position. Nobody's taken that position and said, yo, it's mine. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we're taking it. No, there hasn't been a consistent goal output. Tammy's not even in the squad, so he's not favoured. So why not put Kai up there? We've got the midfield sorted. We've got Kante, we've got Jovetic or Jorginho and Kova, however you want to put it. You've got Mason Mount in there as well. You've got midfielders. You've got options there. Play Kai Havertz. There's no reason why not. He's got head and ability. He's got the finishing. He's got the movement. He's got the pace. I think a lot of people tonight saw he's a lot quicker than a lot of people assumed. So why not?
Like I said, effective nonchalant. Ask Kai Havertz. A lot of people come onto the platform saying, "No, he can't run. He looks like my nan before she passed away. He can't do nothing." What's wrong with you, man? Brother is hella fast, fam. Putting these Everton players on their backside, fam. Brothers are doing this thing. And literally, a lot of people need to understand here, because people don't work with their blood, okay? It's all about working smart, not just working hard. You understand? You need to work smart. You need to work smart and hard. And that's exactly what Kai Havertz does. He's exceptionally intelligent, gets into very good position. There were periods during this game, yeah, a lot of people were saying, you know what, Dami, I feel like these guys is not strong enough. Did you not see periods where he held off like 3 or 4 players all at once and he still gave off the pass effectively, which is something a lot of Chelsea players, without anyone surrounding them, have issues with. This guy, yeah, give him a few more months, give him maybe a year or something. By next season, the person you're going to see, yeah, and with continued game time, you're going to see an exceptional player. Don't talk about this lesser that, fam. When it comes to speed, lesser that. Brother is a different player, fam. And he will take this very far. Watch, fam.
SB Humble says Kai Havertz could have had a hat-trick if he took the pen. To be honest, you guys know where I stand on penalties. Regardless of what stat pattern needs to be done, the person that is first choice by default in the dressing room should be taking it, because the penalty is not about. It's the same thing when Lampard took the penalty when Drogba wanted to take it in the final day of the season when he wanted his golden boot. The penalties are about getting the goal, and I know. And the thing is with Kai, he's got a very good penalty technique. I don't think he actually missed one at Bayer Leverkusen. He had something like 13 out of 13 penalties. But whoever's meant to be taking it before the game, for me, should take it. And that's always how I felt it should be, because I don't ever want it to be people scrapping over penalties because they're playing well and it starts to get confusing and whatnot. Penalties about getting the ball in the back of the net. And obviously I want Kai to get a hat-trick, but that's not where the problem lies that Jorginho took the penalty. Problem lies is that, listen, shot, hit good free, own goal, other one, given as a foul in terms of, handball, we move. Kai was beautiful today. Timo has to start scoring. Much love from Cyprus. Yo, Cyprus in the building, yeah? Raw. Guys, put in what country you're listening in. I would love to actually know, because it's very rare that I look in the analytics to see what, just where everybody's from. Actually, I haven't looked in a while, so I'd love to see. Big up to everybody in the chat for supporting Dami there in the earlier rant that we did. Let's see. Jared says, big up Dami and Matisse, love you too. Thank you so much, bro.
Big up, man.
To you as well. Appreciate it. Uzi says, Matisse, if you don't spread cry, prop on Big Six. Do you know what, yeah? Sometimes I like to
move in silence sometimes.
It's best to move in silence. Because you know what it is with Kai? Yeah, do you know what it is with Kai? That's his first game. And because I believe, guys, you know, he was my favorite signing from the summer by far. And apart from Thiago Silva, who's obviously just a king. And then when it comes to what he can deliver, I know Kai is a great footballer. I've been saying it on the Big Six. I've been telling you that I think he's a better footballer in terms of his ability than Bruno, even though Bruno's stat padding and getting his goals and assists. From a footballing standpoint, for me, Kai Havertz is the better player, and he's 21.
That's not even up for competition. That is not up for competition, literally, fam.
So when these guys are slandering Kai and saying shy Kai, I don't need to speak, because he will speak for me. Actions speak louder than words, and sometimes you just have to move in silence. He's clear. Do you understand? When it comes to footballing ability, you can score with your head. You can dribble. You can nutmeg a brother. You've got passing range. You've got height as well on your side. You've got some pace. You can play in a variety of positions. You can finish. Don't talk to me about others, yeah? He'll talk. So let's let it go on for more than one game. I don't want to be one of those guys that as soon as he does one great game, I'm not going to start calling brothers out, because I know he's going to have more good games. I'm not insecure when it comes to Kai. Kai is going to be levels in this league for me, and it's going to take, next year I expect him to be better when he's fully adapted. Hopefully he can start next game and then he can keep going. But for me, King Kai is legit. So I don't need to worry. Do you know what I mean? I'll get to talk. But let me wait for a few more games. Let it really inject into these brothers' veins. And then when it's really injected, yeah, and the blood flows all going up, that's when I'm going to talk. Do you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's clear. Do you know what I'm saying? It's clear. George, he's asked, honestly, Dan James levels. I don't know who you're talking about there. And that's why I'm not gonna get involved. It's not Man United stream today. I want to talk about obviously the fact that, again, I think this is very understated. Obviously, Kai plays well when we talk about Kai. He's in the title, headline act. But let's talk about, just in detail, this defense now. And I'm going to get up the stats, because for me, this is starting to become record-breaking. I don't know if you guys can tell me, because obviously there's certain accounts on Twitter that will throw up the stats immediately. But is this the best defense in the first 11 games in the Roman era? Because I know that Tuchel was very close and level with Jose Mourinho, and nobody else was near. Like, not Conte, not anybody. Like, 2 goals conceded, I think, in 11 games I think we've had now. That might be a record. I don't know what Jose Mourinho's team is saying, but if you guys can find out or let me know, that would be unbelievable, because it's not just the fact that, again, we don't concede. It's the fact that we don't concede shots on goal. Like, this team legit are a little bit mad when it comes to this defense. And we would all still really probably say, as individuals, is Aspie one of the best, defenders in the world? Probably not, Is Christensen one of the best defenders in the world? Probably not. Rudiger, the same. But just the way that these three have been able, again, look, see, I'm one shot on target tonight for Everton.
That's crazy.
How many games in a row are we going to keep doing this where Mendy could do a Fernando Alonso before he retired from the Grand Prix, where he crashed his car and he just sat on a sunbed and said, screw it, I'm just going to watch the rest of the race. That is literally what Mendy could do. Mendy could go into the stands. Mendy could go and get a bottle of water. Mendy could go and do a shit in the tunnel. You know what I mean? Like Eric Dyer. Mendy could do whatever he wants. Mendy doesn't even need to be there. Like, true say, I know we all don't rate Kepa very highly, or most of us. You can play Kepa. With the way that this defense is moving, you can play Kepa. You can play Caballero. Nobody is shooting on our goal. Do you know how good your defense has to be to limit shots like that on goal, on target? That means there's no big chances getting created, because we are just suffocating teams. We are literally at a point where we're just suffocating teams they just can't do anything. They can't cut through us. They're having to go wide, and we're dealing with everything. I'm very impressed with that back three, man. It's nuts. It's absolutely crazy.
It's not even just the back three, man. It's not even the back three. See, listen, for me, once again, I keep on using one phrase and one phrase only. The Tuchel effect is absolutely phenomenal. These centre-backs, we all thought they were done now and finished. People talk about back three tax and all of that. Well, a smart manager will look at them and be like, you know what? That's what's best for them. Let's stick to it. He's making Christensen look. We're calling the Danish Maldini on a more consistent basis. That was meant to be Lewis's joke thing. And now all of us are calling it. Penitentiary settings and whatnot. Rudiger is looking competent again. Aspilicueta is starting to look a lot more like his old self. Jorginho and Kovacic as a pivot. Kovacic today was not good, by the way, but I'm just saying in general. Kovacic and Jorginho in midfield are looking solid. That back five, those people in the five, when it comes to defending, absolutely top class. Not even just the defending. Chelsea's counter press. The attackers are on it right from the very get-go, and it's organized. In the first half, we didn't allow Everton, especially after we scored that goal, to be able to do anything effective. Our counter press has been phenomenal. Our actual defending as a unit has been phenomenal. And everything from top to bottom of this Chelsea team, once again, the personnel, we thought it wasn't there. Tuchel has come in, reshopped everything, reshaped everything up. And now we haven't conceded a goal in how many games? Mad. Mad, fam. Yeah. How many goals have you considered under Tuchel? I swear it's one goal. This is not just one goal.
No, one goal. I want to do his own goal, isn't it?
Yeah, Rudiger. I don't count that. You understand? Rudiger tax. Get me. HMRC will come and claim that later. But my thing is, like, literally, we've got that one goal. Just one goal from Minamata, and that's it. I don't think we've considered any other goal after that. So I'm literally sat here saying, you know what? We thought was going to literally remember when Thiago Silva came, we were just like, oh, Thiago Silva elevated the thing. When Thiago Silva were going to be dusted, but we're literally still here keeping clean sheets and nah. Tuchel, defenders, everybody from everything is mad. It's mad.
Yeah, Wales in the chat. Big up Wales. My guy here with the super chat. I appreciate it, bro. Big up Kenya. Big up everybody, bro. Let me see what else. I think I missed a few. Yeah, big up yourselves. Kenya, Jamaica, big up yourselves. Far, far away. Do you know what I'm saying? Another one here. Hi, Ma. I still think we lack creativity in midfield. What would you think about Paredes from PSG? Listen, from PSG, plus he was coached under Tuchel. Guys, when it comes to this issue, right, and I wanna calm it down a bit, because I feel like we are in a headspace where signing players solves all of our problems, and that's not how it works. First of all, I think when Mason Mount came on, passing needs to be better. Final third needs to be better. There was 2 breakaways on the counter where he messed up to find players in running in behind, and I think he needs to improve on that. And Dami's been very consistent in saying, even though we love Mason Mount, cool, final third, decision making and passing, execution needs to be more consistent, cool. But just signing players, and I think we need a deep line playmaker potentially, but even still, signing players is not the only thing we can do. Training, okay. Have we seen the best of Ziyech? No. Are we going to give up on Ziyech? You let me know. Pulisic, his final third decision making at the end of last season after lockdown was fantastic. He could pass the ball. He could make decisions in the final third. In the 10 position, he would wriggle around players and then make the final pass and make it correctly. That goal against Liverpool, I keep referring to it. Dribbles past 3 players, lays it on a plate for Tammy. Has he turned up this season? No. Can he improve? Of course he can. Callum Hudson-Odoi, young player, going to keep improving. Can he improve? Yes, he can. Mason Mount, he's improved a lot this season. He needs to improve in that regard. Can he? Yes, he can. Kai Havertz, we're only really seeing in glimpses. He is actually meant to be our final third pass master. If you watched him at Leverkusen, great vision. How many times after we, when we linked with him towards the end of his Leverkusen days, where he had that game against Rangers in the European stages and the games at Leverkusen, even when he wasn't trying too much because his head was elsewhere, we could see the vision. We could see the passing, the effortlessness. He was so relaxed. We said to ourselves, this guy's going to be cutting through defenses. So why are we now, with a lack of creativity, saying we must go to the market again? I've just named all those players that either need to, if you don't believe in anymore, be sold, or they need to improve on the training ground. That is what this manager's here for. He's experienced. He knows how to improve players. Player development is a big part of his thing. He knows how to improve young players, and we have a lot of those. So sometimes I just say to us, trust some of the young players, talented young players that we have in the squad that are meant to be creative for us. Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, Mount, Kai Havertz, Ziyech. Like, we have so much creative players. We just spent a whole summer on the attack. The only thing I think we need is a striker. If we're going to bring in a creator and all these things, then for me, what did we just do last summer? So I'm going to wait to see if Tuchel can improve these guys. I think the summer is important about filling maybe 2 or 3 positions with top quality, and then also clearing a few players we don't want. And I want to see next season a big improvement on the players we already have, because I think there's a lot more to come from this attack in terms of their creativity and their final third decision making. So I even alluded to a point in the game where we had a shot and Kante, I think Timo Werner had a shot and it came off the goalkeeper. Great save. Kante had it and Kante shot as well. And I thought to myself, cool, you've shot and it's been saved. But if you just calm down, which is very much like how Man City are, they're very calm in the final third, very precise. If you just calm down, level-headed, no head rush, no brain freeze, just chill and pick up your head and say, okay, goalkeeper's in front of me. I could shoot, but if I pass it to Kai, he's actually still onside because there's 2 players on the goal line, and we can just pass to Kai, and then Kai literally just has a tap in. But instead, we shot, head rush, save, we don't get the goal. Kai, if you're talking about having a hat trick, that moment where Kante shot, if he just calmed, passed it to Kai actually has literally an open goal to shoot at. Again, this is what I'm talking about, final third decision making and being calm. All of our players, when they get into the final third, need to chill the F out, calm down, and think. Do you know what I'm saying? Think. So, for me, I don't really have targets like that because I don't know who Tuchel wants. There's a few players that I want, like Haaland, who are just obvious, but I'm not going to go through all of these different midfielders when I don't even know what Tuchel wants. You know what I'm saying?
One thing I think we do definitely need, is, once again, in that midfield, the number 6s, I think we need maybe 1 or 2. Do you know where I'm coming from? I think we'd benefit from having individuals who can actually contribute a bit more up front. There were so many periods in the game where you had Callum Hudson-Odoi and Kai Havertz putting balls into the box, but because they were the one putting balls into the box, there was nobody behind. Do you know where I'm coming from? That's the situation that Frank Lampard would be trying to feast on. I understand why Tuchel brought on Mason Mount, so Mason Mount could feed off those as well. There were so many pockets of space in front of that Everton backline where he was literally crying for a midfielder to come in and shoot. You've got Jorginho, as good as he can be with some of the passes and linking up play and getting progression done. When it comes to the shooting and the end products, it's lacking. Do you know where I'm coming from? He came into the shop, took quite a few shots, and he kept on missing them up. So I'm literally started thinking, if Tuchel is probably going to do anything, he's probably going to pack and maybe like a number 6. You know where I'm coming from? But like Matisse said, young players, we need to pack them a bit more. You know where I'm coming from? They're going to do a lot more creative stuff for us. I know they are younger, and I know we're really in a position where we have to rely on them because that's what most of our team is. That is what most of our team is. So we can't just shoot all of them out. But now, literally, I think probably going to be like a number 6. Yeah.
I definitely don't feel like we need a creator higher up the pitch. We've signed too many players last summer that should be doing that job. I would give them all 1 more season to prove themselves, like Ziyech, like Timo Werner, these guys that a lot of people are starting to write off and say, yo, maybe this isn't good enough. Give them 1 more season. I always say, guys, give everyone 1 season. It's been a freak season. Let them have their stinkers. Cool. Next season, if they don't deliver, then we can talk about selling, in my personal opinion. When it comes to the deeper position, 100% I agree we need a 6. But we need actually so much in that profile. It's not just creativity. It's actually a natural holding midfielder, which we still don't really have at the club. Jorginho is a regista, or, we know that. He's not a holding midfielder naturally, So we need a natural holding midfielder that can also create chances from deep. So you're actually asking for quite a bit in that profile. And if they had a bit of strength and height about them, which would, again, balance out the midfield, that would be great as well. So you're asking for quite a lot in terms of a player profile to scout for that position, which is what I would want ideally for that situation. I know there's a lot of up-and-coming players in France. I don't know all of them. I don't watch Ligue 1. I'm not going to pretend to have those players on a list of transfer targets, but like I said, you guys will know more than I do on that kind of stuff. I don't watch Ligue 1, but whoever Tuchel wants, someone's saying, someone's saying, can we acknowledge Zuma pocketed Calvert-Lewin? 100%. I think Zuma was really good. The whole defense was good. I think Zuma's come under a lot of criticism quite recently just because he obviously is not fitting into this system. I keep saying as well, we don't know long term if Tuchel's going to stick with this. I know this season he has, because we need to make top 4 and we're in a situation where, we need to get results. Do you know what I mean? And we need to make sure we're solid at the back. We don't concede a lot of chances, which is what we're doing. The strike force will not pop in before Tuchel got here anyway. So it would kind of be silly to base our game around the strikers who are not functioning. Do you know what I mean? So for me, we'll see what happens next season. If he keeps this formation, then again, we can reshuffle and start talking about who should go and who should stay. The Podfather says 19 shots, 9 on target, 66 possession, outstanding. Dami, take it away, fam. What do you make of them stats, bro? Because we're dominating.
Bro, like I keep saying, Tuchel effect. A lot of people don't understand. Literally, not only are we we're literally keeping the ball more. You understand? Sometimes it can be boring, but we're keeping the ball. We're keeping clean sheets. We're scoring goals sparingly. But as you can see, it's starting to progress. Now we scored 2 goals in a game. You understand? Progression is there. And things will only continue to improve. I know it was 1 penalty. I know it was 1 goal. But then we cannot complain. I saw a lot of people at the start of the game. They were like, oh, but why isn't Mason Mount playing and N'Golo Kante? Tuchel knows what he's doing. I'm not saying he's going to go unbeaten for the rest of his Chelsea career. He's probably going to lose a few things, you understand? But you need to give this man credit. He literally touched down in England 48 hours, had so little time, and we've gone on such a beautiful run. Literally, I went down on saying my tweet. I can remember that I was on the 19th of February. Yeah? I can't forget. I did that like 11:30 p.m. or whatever the time is. I said Chelsea are stepping into Hell's Gate, fam. Hell's Gate we've gotten into. We've got 2 draws and 3 W's. Under Frank Lampard, no criticism whatsoever. I don't think any of us were expecting to see these sort of results. So 19 shots, 9 on target, with bad strikers too. Werner is not that confident. We're not even really finishing any of our chances, and we're still getting these sort of numbers. It is mad, fam. It is really mad. Tuchel deserves so much credit, and a lot of people don't understand. Because I said, when we get into this period, I'll be happy to take about 70% wins. Matisse, we've drawn 2, and we've won 3, and we can literally win 2 more. That would mean we haven't lost in the whole period where we thought our season was going to flop. This was make it or break it.
You remember when you put that picture up on Twitter? You put that picture up on Twitter and you said, our season is done. Do you know what I'm saying? We had Atletico Madrid, we had Manchester United, we had Liverpool, we had Everton, we had like every cow donkey on the farm, we had them, fam. It was nuts. And now we're looking back on it and we said, we could have even still beat Man United. That's the downside of this run. Everybody else, collections, fam. We've just been collecting. Do you know what I mean? Atletico Madrid 1-0 win. Liverpool 1-0 win. Man United did 0-0. We couldn't nick a goal. For me, I was disappointed. But when you put it all in perspective and you put all of the results together, this run has been fantastic in terms of coming up against the big teams. It's been we have to credit Thomas Tuchel.
And we are missing Thiago Silva.
Fixtures that people did not expect at all.
We are missing Thiago Silva. When we lost him, every single Chelsea fan, I don't know if Matisse was one of them, so I don't want to speak too much for Matisse. I was like, we are finished. Because I thought our defense could hack it. But we've managed to keep clean sheets. We managed to keep clean sheets with Rudiger and Christensen in the back line. Jorginho and Kovacic. They call them strippers. That's what some people call them on Twitter. And we managed to keep clean sheets. Do you know how ridiculous that is? So when people come onto the TL and tell me, Dami, why are you not angry with the lineup? Missing this person. We're missing that person. Bro, I was missing Havertz.
Bro, I could never. I'm sorry, but Tuchel's not been here long enough for me to be angry at a lineup. We can all have our favorites and our own opinions. Like I said, if you guys watched the preview of Sam and Mayo, you know that team that started today was not really a team that I expected. I think I had Giroud to start, although Kai Havertz I was delighted with. I am always delighted if Kai Havertz is starting up front. You know, I've been pushing that for a long time. I had Chilwell to start. I had the same back line, so no Zuma. I definitely had, I think, Kante potentially with Jorginho, and I definitely had Mason Mount in there as well. So there was a lot of players in that starting 11 that I didn't have in the team. But I'm not going to complain. It's Thomas Tuchel, fam. There's nothing to complain about. If I'm being real, he hasn't done anything yet since he's been here to show that he doesn't know what he's doing. The only one complaint I had was when Callum Hudson-Odoi got subbed off, and even then, after, he still explained himself. So, like, as a fan base, I think it's too early for us to ever really be angry or upset that decisions that we wanted to see in the starting 11 is not what we're getting. Because we know the importance of rotation. If you play Kante again today after draining himself in a magnificent Liverpool game, and then he gets injured in this game, you're going to say, oh, we're not managing Kante properly. Why are we not being smart with it? Why are we not thinking ahead? We've got Leeds next week, who, by the way, are going to run their hearts out as they always do. We outrun them at home in the Stamford Bridge win with Lampard in charge. We know Leeds is going to be a long game in terms of fitness, and we're going to have to be durable there. The game against Atletico Madrid in midweek, 1-0 lead. Mentally, that's going to be draining. You'd probably expect potentially maybe Kante plays one of those games or both of those. Mason Mount will probably play both of those games. So I love the fact that he's resting players and we've won. And I can't fault him because he's made great decisions up until now. I can't really fault him on anything.
first ever EPL manager in the EPL to get 5 clean sheets in his first 5 home games, fam. Mad. Jose Mourinho, prime Mourinho didn't do that, fam. Man is taking the chair away. You know them ones, fam. You can't even
bro, standing ovation. Standing ovation. You know what I'm saying? With this defense, do you remember Jose Mourinho had John Terry, Carvalho, what year was it? Was the Ashley Cole year or the year before?
I think it was Ashley
Gallas.
Cole. I think
so we had Gallas then. Gallas and Paulo Ferreira. That defense versus this one, don't play with me. Don't play with me. and then on top of that, with this run of difficult fixtures, Marcus Alonso's and don't play with me. It's not even a comparison. Nah, don't play with me.
He's done such a phenomenal job. That's my thing. So
and
Chelsea.
On top of that, I think the league now is more competitive, and there's it's a little bit harder. Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me. Blessings to Tuchel. Blessings on blessings, because that's incredible. Do you know what I mean? That statistic there that you just read out is incredible. With the defense comparison between him and Jose Mourinho's defense as well. Unbelievable. This super chat here from Flip says, imagine Pogba in this team. I can't, because it will never happen. Like, if we're being real, Man United will not sell us Pogba. I think Pogba in this team would be, it would be mad, because we're talking about who partners Kante in a pivot perfectly. And obviously we see it for France. The only minor concern I'd have with Pogba starting in a pivot with Kante, I know it works for France, but I think Jose Mourinho came out and said Pogba on a consistent basis for France is not on a consistent basis. In terms of Pogba's mental, it's easier to get him going for the French games in tournaments, because it's a straight tournament knockout, and you're going to get that box-to-box Pogba where he goes and makes his slide tackles and he wins the ball. And that's what you're looking for, by the way, next to Kante. You need someone who can be defensively astute as well. We're not just looking for a playmaker. That's why Fabregas wouldn't play next to Kante, for instance.
Yeah.
It was Fabregas and Matic, and then it was Matic and Kante. Or it was a 3-man midfield, if you guys remember. Sometimes Fabregas would be deployed as well with Kante and Matic, and it would make a 3. But you wouldn't pair Kante and Fabregas, because Fabregas is not a natural holding midfielder, and neither is Pogba. So I know Pogba does it for France, but I'd worry on a week-to-week basis consistently in the Premier League, when you've got to go to Burnley and you've got to put the hard yards in, is he going to do that? Now, obviously, if you give him the right manager and obviously everything's going swimmingly, cool. But like I said, on a long-term basis, that's the only thing I'd worry about with Paul Pogba. But obviously it works for France, which is, it's a different situation. International football and club football is not really the same for me. Ken Berry says here, AC has been playing great. Y'all think he can replace Thiago Silva as the go-to centre-back permanently? Would you sell the right price, 50 million? For me, I'm holding all long-term judgments on a lot of these guys until I see it for multiple seasons. So I need to, cool, you're doing it now, and you can do it for the rest of the season.
Pause, Matisse.
But
nobody's getting, listen, big up to Canberra. I know you know. I don't think any of us are getting carried away. Nobody's going to get carried away. Nobody's going to jump to any conclusions right now. Once again, Thiago Silva, for example, John Terry, those two, okay, who else can we involve? Maybe Sergio Ramos, maybe. When you look at their careers, they have been consistent from day dots. Do you know where I'm coming from? Day dot, doing it week in, week out. Maybe they have the occasional slip in form. KFC Wi-Fi, talk Wi-Fi, but we're back in the business. Sorry, apologies for that. But literally, like I said, at the end of the day, what's going on? What's popping? But literally, I'm just thinking, at the end of the day, you've got these periods. Look at them, they're already in chat, fam. KFC, everything. You ridiculous. But literally,
cuss him, fam, because he's always cussing me. Cuss him out, fam, in the chat. Cuss him out.
You man don't violate, fam. There's no KFC within 5 miles. Okay, that's a lie. Within half a mile of me. But truthfully, I'm not okay. McDonald's Wi-Fi, you get me. But like I said, Christensen has done it for quite a huge chunk of games. Nice, huge chunk of the season. A very pivotal part of the season. But like I said, John Terry did it for a decade. Thiago Silva did it for over a decade. Sergio Ramos has been doing it for like a decade as well. Christensen, I'm not saying that we're good. We need to, obviously, I know he's the one that out of all the Cobham youngsters, he definitely hasn't gotten anywhere near as much love. I definitely hear that, and I understand people want to give him love. He's definitely increasing his value, but I'm not going to jump to any conclusions here. Based on what I'm seeing right now, if he can do this again from now to the end of the season, that is a very big statement in Christensen's book because he's showing he can be consistent. Remember, John Terry gassed him up. Remember, a lot of people.
Yeah. Do you know what this is?
Go on, please.
Do you know what this is for me? If they stay consistent until the end of the season and they get us top 4 and they get us a decent Champions League run and potentially the FA Cup, do you know what? They can stay. They can stay.
Yeah.
All right. That's what I'm gonna say. It's very harsh around here. They can stay because true say before Tuchel came in, I wanted them to leave. So if they can do this, they can stay. I think it's a bit premature to be handing out new contracts, even though I do understand it from a business standpoint because you obtain the value in the asset, potentially you keep the value and then you can sell in the future. I get that. But with Christensen. But if you keep doing one-to-enders, you can stay. Because this is a club that only shoots for the best. If you're going to be a centre-back at this club, I want to see world class. And I want to see consistency. Carvalho's, John Terry's, that's what I'm used to. All right? So before we start talking about staying permanently and being a guy that's going to stay for the next 5 years and Maldini, cool. You're doing great right now. Are you going to win us a title? Are you going to win us a Champions League? If you go ahead and do those things, then you're good. Then I know you're good enough. Or if I can see signs that you're going to go and do those things, then I know you're good enough. Having us in 4th, because start of the season was looking ropey for everybody, and now we've just claimed our way back, or getting us to just quarterfinals, it's not. You're not proving any points, to be honest. Do you know what I'm saying? Silverware is where you prove your point. Win the Premier League, yeah, like all the other guys before you, like be an integral part of a Premier League winning defense. Then I'm going to give you your fair dues and say, cool, you can stay and start long-term, no issues, replace Thiago Silva and all that. Until I see that, then I'm not making no conclusions. I'm not making no hasty statements, and I'm not making no judgments on that. Right now, you're in form, and that means you can stay, right? That means potentially we don't go and sign someone to replace your backside. That's what it means to me. So I'm going to take a lot longer than all of you guys probably to be won over, because I understand what form looks like. And right now, I don't know if it's form or if it's going to be like this for the rest of our days. So let me wait and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Let me not get too carried away, because like I said,
you know, I'm coming from, you need a larger sample. Let's break it down. Let's talk vaccines, innit? If you vaccinate 50 people and all 50 of those people stay calm for 1 year, that's not big enough. You don't know enough. You understand? You could bring in another set of people. You need to have way more. You need to vaccinate like 1 million or 10,000 or something. You need a bigger sample size. Right now, based on what we're seeing, the evidence we have right now, yes, it's looking good. But how long is it going to last for? We need way more information. And once again, being consistent and being good can only take you so far. We need mentalities that want to win things consistently, because that is what sets you apart, and that is Chelsea level. That is what Chelsea Football Club has been and will continue to be. If you're not up to that standard, you can be good. You understand? But if you're not making that title-winning tackle or that point-saving tackle or marshalling the defense and keeping stuff solid as things go on, then you're not it. You understand? So we need way more time to be able to get on this. But once again, big up to people that are talking and doing the AC penitentiary thing. Lewis is eating Gucci right now. Let's hope he continues to eat Gucci, because like I keep on saying, I want my players to succeed. But I need way more. I need way more. I need to see way more. I need to see way more.
Yeah. And also, when it comes to Christensen, right, there's a few things that are still missing when you're talking about replacing Thiago Silva. Leadership, right? Communication. Let's see if we can get that now. Because right now, it's a very collective effort. Is he going to be a defender that when we switch to a back 4, if we do, can he play in that as well? Because Thiago Silva can play in both systems. John Terry will probably be able to play in both systems. So let's see if, you know what I'm saying, let's see what we're working with here. So it's been brilliant so far. The Podfather says we have 5 attackers in this formation. We are fine last 2 games. We are starting to create clear-cut chances. Goals are on the way. So this is what I'm saying. When people say a lack of creativity, I get it. But to be fair, this is quite spot on. Like, how many chances did Werner miss today? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we are starting to create more chances. So, do you know what I mean? We're getting there. It's going to take time, but we are making steps in the right direction. So I can't really criticize us too much in that perspective. Zion says, mad respect to Dami and massive W again. 100%, bro. 100%. It's a big win. I said it before the game. Everton were actually a team that were, you know, if they were to win our game in hand over us, they would leapfrog us. You know what I'm saying? We would be then out of the top.
Like I said, if we didn't win, If we didn't win today, it would have felt like a loss, even if we drew. Tuchel knew that. You understand? You had Leicester clipping wings in Brighton. You had Tottenham going in without Lube against Crystal Palace. You had United bending over Guardiola and whatnot with Bruno Fernandes and what that. There was no margin for error today, and Tuchel knew that. The things we see, Tuchel sees them too, and better, fam. That's what people need to clock. He is an experienced manager. He knew what he was doing, and he knew what was at stake today. He knew he can do maths, fam. He can do maths like you. He can do maths like Matisse. He can do maths like Bell of you, man, in the comment section. Except they say, hey, man, and people that do BTEC. But at the end of the day, literally, I'm sat here thinking, like, literally, Tuchel just did the business. You understand? The TT effect, W settings, were in safe hands. Spot on, fam. Spot on. Honest to God. Man needs way more credit. He needs way more credit. Stop dragging him for his line.
Man said in the chat, your Wi-Fi is from Wish.
You man are mocking it, fam. You're mocking it, fam. Understand? You're mocking it, fam.
The TT effect, W settings were in safe hands. 100% Lee. 100% Lee. Big up yourself. Thank you for the super chat. We're in safe hands right now. Do you know what I'm saying? And anybody that was saying new manager bounce, that's not going to run anymore. Let's give fair credits. I'm not going to be hearing that on the Big Six later. Do you know what I'm saying? The Podfather says the way you feel at AC is the way I feel about Pulley. That's fair. That's fair.
100.
I think someone said earlier as well is that that AC is coming into his prime. So yeah, let's see now. Let's see what his prime is. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to see what the ceiling is. Is it going to be world class? Is it going to be very good? Let's see. Because like I said, it's going to be interesting to see now what everybody's levels are consistently. And I'm talking not just for 10 games, I'm talking for seasons. Because this is like, what, 1/3 of a season, 10 games, if it was just in this competition. Premier League titles, that's what we want around here. That's the defense I need, you know what I'm saying? iTest Merchant says a mix of Conte ball and Sarri ball domination defended. This is why I always say we play better when we have more of the ball under Tuchel. Those games where we're having like 50% possession, that game against Manchester United, for instance, 0-0 at halftime, it was 50% possession. We didn't really have, I don't feel like we had control. Today was serious control. What was you going to say, bro?
No, I was literally going to air what you were going to say. You know, coming from, he's married that whole, literally, he's taking that dreadful Sarri ball, passing, pass, and he's actually trying to tell them to progress stuff as well. I don't know if you saw when he was shouting at Timo Werner, Werner was on the left-hand side. Did you hear it on your coverage with these?
Yeah, I heard him shouting at James as well.
Be more aggressive. You were shouting at Werner, telling him that why you occupying that area, have been there for like 15 minutes, you need to swap over to that. Literally, he knows, innit? And he knows he also needs to defend. The thing with defending is, like Sarri and Conte both failed the clock. Conte just wanted to defend without the ball and let the people do their thing. Sarri wanted to defend the ball with the ball. But Tuchel has said, why can't you marry the two? And that's what we've been doing. Yeah. When you have huge percentages of the ball, you are in control. You have time to be able to get stuff done. Then when you lose the ball, you can counter press quickly and get those 5 people back in time to be able to get defending done. And there are no spaces in between the lines for opponents to do stuff. So literally, when he says a mix of Conte ball and Sarri ball, he took the best bits and he's made something that's very effective. And this is why he's using that 3-4-3 to make sure the players get used to his philosophy, which is looking excellent. Well, you understand? He will move on to that.
This brother's Wi-Fi is disgusting today. Disgusting. Lord have mercy on God Almighty. What is going on here?
Allow me, fam.
You're worse than me, fam. You cuss me out all the time over this. You're lucky Anita's not here for your blood clot, fam.
Allow me, fam. The chat are going to
Jesus. Fam, KFC Wi-Fi, filthy Wi-Fi, North Korea Wi-Fi.
Korea Wi-Fi.
It's like Kim Jong-un just like said, nope, no more of that. Not around here. No. Jesus.
Well, it's like the internet wanted me to keep quiet. So I think
do you have 4G? Do you have 4G or anything? In Sheffield? What's happened? Do you know what I'm saying? It's mad, fam. It's mad.
You man are crazy, fam. I'm not using my hotspot. No. See, my phone is connected to Wi-Fi too. Innit? I'm not a hotspot, fam. Allow me, fam. You man, don't do that again. 1G data, you know? Absolutely not, fam. Don't do that, fam.
This is what we're doing. Fam, when it comes to Tuchel as well, yeah, he was shouting at Reece. Did you hear? I don't know if anybody heard him, but a few people tweeted it. He was shouting at Reece, and he was saying to Reece to be more aggressive on the ball. And I completely agreed with him because sometimes when Reece has the ball, he can be a bit tentative and he doesn't really move the ball quick enough and he's a bit, he's a little bit slow with it. And then as soon as he said that to him, 5 minutes later, Reece goes on a run, and just literally just belts through the whole team, has the shot, and obviously it drags it wide, but the urgency came in. And this is why I said before, when he arrived, I felt like having no fans in the ground would actually help him, because now the players can just focus solely on his instructions. Because think about it. If there was fans in the ground, 42,500 or whatever it is at Stamford Bridge, and it's packed out, they're not really going to be able to hear him as clearly. You're not going to be able to hear. I think someone else said it as well. I think it was Antonio in an interview. He said players now, when there's no fans, they're able to hear the instructions of the manager way more clearly. They're able to communicate amongst each other way more clearly. And it's actually helping them in the respect of when they're playing the game. You can say man on, or you can say you got time. And if anybody's played Sunday League football, those kind of little details really do help.
Man on. Them ones. Man on. And you need to prep. To set yourself. To start looking left and right. Those things help. Communication on the pitch, that's one thing that a lot of people don't clock, and that's why the talented footballers go exceptionally far. Like, why do you think? Look at Fabregas. Fabregas, before he received the ball, when you're driving and you get to a roundabout, you need to look left, look right, look left, and look right, like 6 times. Fabregas used to do that when before he got the ball. When he got the ball and after he passed the ball. So those sort of things, why we need to continue praising certain man them. You understand? So, but right now, I'm happy that they have this period to be able to speak, because the more you keep on speaking like that, the more these situations keep on reoccurring, the more the manager can communicate and get them into better positions moving forward. So when fans are actually back in stadiums, God willing, by June, you understand? Is it May, June? I can't remember which one it is. But God willing, very soon.
Boris said something like that. Yeah, June.
Boris, fam, what are you saying?
I think he's doing
in it, fam. Boris, please don't jack up. I beg you. All of us are begging to see fans in stadium. We are begging to go get a pint of Copperberg at the pub and whatnot. But I'm literally started just thinking at the end of the day,
relegation Wi-Fi back in the building. Bomba Clark.
You heard me, fam. That was you. Nah.
It was you, bro. I promise you.
You heard me. You heard me.
Carry on.
But literally, like I said, at the end of the day, I hope we just continue to keep on building on the fact. Let's take advantage of everything we can take advantage of right now. Because true say, let's not forget about the 3-year plan. We're in stage 2. Stage 2 is moving very, very well. But as much as I don't want to be negative or anything, but next season, the real business comes into play. I don't think, like I said, nobody was shifting plans for any manager. The plan was bigger than the manager right from the very get-go. And now we're in phase 2. Next season is Premier League settings. That's what we're going for next season. That's what the board want next season. I believe Tuchel can do it, but as long as the players just need to keep on listening to what he's telling them to do, and they need to keep on playing professionally. You understand? Callum Hudson-Odoi took on Tuchel's tactical advice. Callum today was so much better. Also, before I was playing down the left-hand side, so many different things, and that conversation on the pitch, and when you hear them and hear them come back, it helps. It helps massively. So I'm literally just sat here happy with the way Chelsea are currently playing. Once again, you really can't complain, innit? You can't complain.
Yeah. And just to finish up on the point as well, I feel like now that when he's in the early stages of trying to project his ideas into this team and his instructions, this is the perfect time to not have fans. When fans come back, hopefully he's had a whole preseason. Everybody understands what is expected of him, and then you can move forward. Kelechi here, big up my guy from CheekySport. Can you see Ruben getting back into this team? Ruben is a funny one, because for me personally, he hasn't had a good enough season to demand getting back into this team. Now, it depends on Ruben's expectations, because obviously I'm pretty sure he still has England aspirations. If Ruben wants to start for this football club, for me, he hasn't done enough yet. Do I still think Ruben has the potential and the ability to be a Chelsea starter? Very slightly, yes, but I am losing hope. Not because of... just because of the cards he's been dealt in his career, not because he doesn't have the ability. We all saw him under Sarri, but again, that's becoming, a very small amount of time to judge a man. Same with the guy who maybe has doubts over Pulisic. That after lockdown time I keep referring to. It's very annoying when you have to refer to a very small period of time to justify a player potentially making it, potentially doing this. We want to see it over a longer span. And the thing is with Ruben is that he's been good at Fulham. Scott Parker's doing very well. I feel like since, he had obviously a terrible start to the season, the last couple of months now, he's been really getting the team playing, and they're actually a decent team. And whether they can stay up is another question, but Ruben is looking a lot better. But midfield is so packed. We just spoke about earlier in terms of potentially this team needed a natural 6 a deep line playmaker. That's not Ruben. We spoke about this team again. Players coming back from loan as well. It's not just Ruben. You got Barkley, although I don't think Barkley has a future. You never know what can happen. Gallagher, again, we'll see what happens with him. Ampadu, I think, will probably play in the back three. And obviously, when you look at the way the current shape looks, there's actually only space for 2 midfielders and 2 10s. Do you see Ruben as one of those 4 in a starting right now? Probably not. So Ruben, for me, is either going to get another loan where he has to smash it again, or not again. He has to smash it. And then we can talk about potential coming back into this team. But he's getting older. And if he has England aspirations and he wants to start and be settled at a club now and not being on the bench and all this kind of stuff, he may even look to leave permanently himself to a team that's maybe midway in the table. Sometimes I think as Chelsea fans, when we think about Ruben and we think about, so many of these players, Tariq Lamptey, so many players, we think about what we want. We don't think about what's realistic and what the players could want. Does he want to be coming off the bench and getting cameo 20, 15-minute appearances? Or does he want to be a regular starter? Does he want to play for England? Does he, all these things, does he need to be playing game in and game out for his own fitness levels? Is that something that the fitness, coaches would say to him? Do you play every game to build up your strength back? Or do you actually need to be rotated game in, game out? Those are the details that we have to look at when we talk about Ruben, because there's so much up in the air with him. To be honest, right now, do I see him get back into this team starting? No. Squad-wise, he has the chance. Not starting. No, not starting.
Who's he starting over? Who's he starting over? Absolutely nobody.
What we have to remember is Tuchel is very big on the counter press. Our counter press has been amazing. You need to be on that. Do you know what I mean? Fitness-wise, you need to be on that. We talk about Jorginho being slow and all these things, but he's actually very good in the counter press, and he's been brilliant defensively as well. Counter press, you've got to be on your job. So that's where it becomes a sticky one. I don't think Ruben and Ampadu are competing for the same spot. Someone just said Ampadu over Ruben. Ampadu will probably play in the back three now, if we stick with the back three, and Ruben is obviously a midfielder. But again, it's very much up in the air. I don't know. Someone said, I like your top. I think that's ITEST Merchant, yeah. But for me, yeah, just to go back onto...
Jose, look at that thing from 2018, 2019, sorry season, you get me? Man's got bare more top than the thing. But you know what? Let me speak. I'll change my topic again. Fam.
Your Wi-Fi is so bad. Oh my God.
Listen. People, you might can hear that sound from Matisse's phone, innit? He needs to pattern up his Irish thing. Fam. I don't know what he's on, fam. Behave yourself. Don't do that, fam.
Listen. Wait, listen. Someone said, damn you with the Power League Wi-Fi. Listen, when it comes...
You might stop vibing.
When it comes to Ruben as well, last point on Ruben, Gallagher's tackling and energy would suit Tuchel 100%, especially in that counter press. And again, would Gallagher want to be a squad player? If he would, then potentially he has the opportunity to do so. I don't think this formation suits Ruben, because I've always seen Ruben as a 4-3-3 type player as well, that can play on the left side or the right side of a midfield three. So, of course, maybe he can play in one of the 10s, but that is a very crowded area of the pitch. Havertz, Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, Ziyech, Werner, not really any space there. Then the double sixes. Is he really a double six? I don't know. I don't feel like he is. But you've got Jorginho, Kova, Kante, and possibly a new signing, Gallagher, maybe as well. Probably suits that role a bit better. So this isn't really the perfect formation for Ruben. I agree with ITEST Merchant. I think Gallagher probably suits Tuchel in terms of what he demands a little bit better. But we have to see. Someone said man's glasses using all the Wi-Fi. You man not on. Dami, why have you changed shirt, bro?
Champions League settings.
Oh, really? What is it that year? Yeah, because I know Dubois did a whole thread on Twitter saying what was similar from 2012 and this season, and he even mentioned the fact that we spent nearly 50 million on a striker and it didn't go too well. I guess he's alluding to Timo Werner and making the Fernando Torres comparison. We've got a 34-year-old striker in Giroud. We had Drogba. Great, change of manager during the season. Tuchel, Di Matteo. So listen, I'm not gonna say he's wrong.
I'm not the one that said it in it. I'm not the one that said it in it. I'm just here to report to you that what that person said, I agree with it as well, in it. You understand? I'm not the one that said it in it. I didn't say it, fam. But what that person said is right, innit? You understand? It was bang on, fam. But I didn't imply nothing, so I don't think you can drag me because I agree with that person, but I'm not the one that said it, innit? You get me? So that's what I see. 2012 shirt. That's what I can say.
I want to talk. Yeah, guys, I want your thoughts on this. And Dami, I want to talk to you about, because we haven't mentioned this in this. I don't know how it slipped our mind. Tammy Abraham, right? Not in the squad for the second game running. Talk to me. What is that all about? Because we can't even say there's no space on the bench. Because against Manchester United, I could have swore one of these games we played 2 left backs on the bench. I saw Emerson and Alonso on the bench. What is going on with Tammy? Yeah, because this brother is just nowhere to be seen, fam. Like, he's not even on the bench in a team that, again, we're talking about a team that lacks goals, and he is our top goal scorer. Yeah, so a team that lacks goals. I'm not even defending him. I'm just saying statistically. A team that lacks goals, and someone said Haaland is coming home. That's why. Rah, ruthless. Talk to me. What do you make of it, and what's your opinion of it? Because again, as I said earlier, I'm not going to I don't have no problem with any of Tuchel's decisions. I just think it's a bit mad.
He may be finished. I think he's finished. Potentially finished. Bro, I can't lie to you guys. I do not know, fam. I do not know, fam. He may be finished, fam. Maybe he's injured. I'm going to see maybe he's something.
I said whispered into the camera. I need to...
You are mad, fam.
Maybe finished.
Listen, fam. Literally,
you have some more respect for the TA9 brand.
I'm not disrespecting. I'm not disrespecting it. I'm just telling you what I've seen in it. I'm telling you what I'm seeing, fam. I'm sat here wondering where one of our top goal scorers from last season is. You understand? I'm wondering where Mr. Tammy Abraham is. I'd like to see him get
Tammy's chances under Tuchel. Empty plate, fam. Just crumbs.
Blank page settings. Understand?
This is a representation of Tammy Abraham's chances for Thomas Tuchel. Brother's been stripped off at halftime twice and not in the squad twice. This is what we're watching right now. Just nothing. No food on the plate
right now.
Do you know what Tammy, you saw my stream? He's
probably sat at home eating grapes like this, fam. Like this. You know them one?
Do you know what was so sad, right? He put up an Instagram post, I think
in
it was
his
an
gaff.
Instagram post. Yeah, and it said loading and Bumba clot. Nothing. It's just sad at this point. You know what I mean?
Somebody said he had one bar on his phone.
It's so sad. Like he said loading, and then Lord and behold, the TV froze. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, DVD player where it just goes zoom, zoom, zoom.
You know when the DVD is going, I'm bouncing up the TV. When it's loaded, you know, it used to bounce. It would bounce. Bounce.
Only the OGs. Only the OGs will remember.
Anita is saying it in chat, fam. She says he's buffering.
Does she need a link? Anita, do you want a link?
Oh my days.
Because you know I could do with some Anita, you know. As always. When do we not need Anita?
When can you not do with Anita?
Yeah, damn it, just send her the link in it. Just see what happens.
I'll send her the link.
Oh, she's done. Oh my god, she's done. Anita. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me change the title. Oh my god, Anita's done. She's done with her commitments. So now she can come. It's gonna be a laugh. I can't wait now. This is what I'm saying. This is why I've just been prolonging it, just in the hope that Anita will make it. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Because true say, we have to have discussions on Jorginho.
Because I was like, she literally just,
there's not enough characters. But I'll add your link in
the shameless plug. I put out an Instagram post. Be sure to go and check that out. You understand, the GXNG. Because I saw that she liked it in it, and I was like, that means
someone said the contract situation is peak. He's off. Listen. Whatever happens, innit? I don't really know what's going to happen with Tammy. I've said it before. It's one of them ones where we just don't know. If Havertz can do well, up front, then bye Tammy. That is another point. You know, if we sign a striker and then Kai Havertz can also play that role, and we keep Giroud, I'm not gonna lie to you.
He might be done now.
Sticky icky.
100.
He could get sticky icky. You know when you leave your Weetabix out too long. Do you know
what?
You know when you leave your Weetabix out too long and it just starts to get like a, you know, it can get.
You know,
like
you leave your gummy bears. Well, you know, you're in class and your teacher sees the gummy bears and she puts it inside a desk and it stays there for a few days and they all merge together and look dysfunctioned. That's what's going to happen, fam. You understand? Very, very sticky settings. Sticky settings. Or you know when you're a naughty boy when you're a naughty boy and you do the thing in the sock, you know what I mean? Can get very, very sticky.
Also,
you
guys,
know?
I hope you guys like the new thumbnail. You know, we've got some new thumbnails, new banner, CheekySport shout out. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be just something fresh. I hope you guys like it because I like to change it up so often just to make sure that you guys are still locked in. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully you man like that. Anita's gonna be joining us soon, but. Yeah, when it comes to Tammy, like I said, I'm always going to keep it very respectful with Tammy because I just think what he's done, I have to give him credit. Is he levels right now at his age to be starting, as I always say, consistently starting for us at his age? Probably not. But I think he's good enough to be in the squad. And I think if he does leave, I think he's victim of circumstance where we just have too many good forwards and there's not enough space. Because I would still keep him in the squad if we needed him. And maybe we do, I don't know. But if you've got Giroud and Kai can play up there and you sign Haaland and you've got Werner, it doesn't really make any sense for someone who has ambitions to be starting and that wants to make the England squad. If we do sell him, I hope we put a buyback on it because I think he wants to make it here. And I think too many times I'm obviously negotiating wise, I think we should be in a strong position-ish, I think. I don't know. I don't know when his contract runs out. I don't know if it's the end of next season or the season after. Probably the end of the season after. I would hope that we stick a buyback on it. I think too many times we let players go and don't put buybacks and, you know, then things go left. Tammy should leave. Bang goals at Wolves, underrated. 100%. I think when Lee was on here a couple of weeks ago, he's saying Tammy couldn't start for any team, you know, that wasn't in the top half. And I think that's, you know, I think Wolves, obviously Wolves are not having the greatest season usually, but usually they're in the top half. I think he could definitely start for a team like Wolves. He's, you know, I think Tammy is very, you know, I think he's still underrated. I feel like he's still very disrespected. Of course, his game's not complete and he's got issues and he's got things that he needs to sort out, but it doesn't mean that he's not a good player. Do you know what I mean? He's not a bum, if we're being real, in my opinion. Someone said, no. I don't know who else is, everybody else is adding saying, can you add me? No. First of all, I only add the people I 100% know because I'm not trying to have no madness happen on the channel. You know what I'm saying? I have to vet you first. And second of all, this is the review gang. So the review gang is only Dami, me, and Anita. This is the vibes you have signed the contract for this team. This is the team you get. You know what I'm saying? This is the review gang team. Anita's taking her time.
Anita, where are you? Anita is not here.
Anita, where are you, Anita? Come on.
She hasn't even said anything from. Oh, she hasn't even looked at the group.
I have to start Big Six at 10. So, you know what I'm saying? I can only go so long. But until we're waiting, I want to talk about one other thing as well before Anita gets here. And maybe she can just chime in as well when she gets here. She can give her views. Real quick. What do you make of Chilwell not starting? Because I felt like Alonso, was you impressed with him? Because the thing is with Alonso, yeah, is that I feel like at no point am I ever like over the moon. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if it's just something deep in me, but I'm never over the moon with him. I'm just like, whatever, cool. But I feel like Chilwell, I had Chilwell in my team. Chilwell for the last 2 games, I think played well. I was a bit surprised. It's not like he needs a rest because he's not been playing. He's probably quicker and more durable than Alonso fitness-wise, I'd say, potentially. And then obviously we don't play for a week. I think we have Leeds next Saturday at lunchtime. What did you make of that?
Next Saturday. I swear it's this Saturday. Is it not this Saturday?
Yeah. So Saturday. Yeah. So yeah, weekend. We've got loads of time before Leeds.
Yeah, we've got quite a bit of time.
What did you make of it? Because for me, I thought it was a little bit odd.
Alonso is an icky one, you know. Do you know what I mean? Alonso is literally one of them sticky ones. I don't even know where to put Alonso in this whole thing because I'm literally sat here saying, yeah, he got the assist to the goal, but I don't know, man. I don't know if Alonso, I really don't know. You could argue that he probably wouldn't have got in the same position. I don't know, man. I fully do not know. honest to God, is actually a bit confusing with regards to this man. So I'm literally sat here confused, innit? I genuinely have no comments on Alonso today because he wasn't a standout in a positive or negative light. Do you know where I'm coming from? He literally...
Someone saying that he got the assist and he was good. No,
he got
what
the
we're
assist,
saying is...
But like...
What we're saying... Look, listen to what we're saying. Because I think, again, maybe I'm being harsh. Maybe people are misunderstanding me. What I'm saying is that Chilwell... And you know I don't even like have a fetish for Chilwell people. So it's not even one of them things. What I'm saying is... Chilwell was signed for 50 million, right? And I don't do the whole you signed for a lot of money so you should play. But when you've then played 2 games in a row and they've been good games, what are we doing long term with this position? Because either we're going to bed in Chilwell, who's going to be a natural starter for us consistently if he's playing well, or I test merchants losing the mind, fam. He's not happy. Let me land, fam. Let me land. Or maybe I won't even bother. Maybe I'll just keep flying the plane and just don't even land. Just keep going. The thing is with Alonso, yeah. Of course, I've told you this already. You know my channel. There's personal beef there. But we let that go.
Clown settings forever and ever, fam.
But my situation is what I'm thinking to myself.
As well.
I have no idea. This is the thing. I don't know anymore, so I'm gonna have to check. But my thing is that I keep saying to you guys, if you spend 50 squadini pounds, 50 million, no, it's not. If you spend 50 million on, that's not the real rants. If you spend 50 million, no, it's not real because he's not. The real rants has got modded. If he's a mod, so that's not the real one. So you can block him. If I don't like impersonators. If you are going to spend 50 million on Chilwell, I keep saying it. He better be the long-term answer. And the thing is with Alonso, we play this game all the time. He played very well today. Fantastic. Got the assist. Cool. But we all know, unless you want to deny this, we all know if you play Alonso for enough games, there's a mistake in him and then he messes up. So what I'm asking is long-term, do we have to sign another left-back or is Chilwell going to be good enough? Because if you play 2 games in a row and you're good and then you'll come out the team, and again, I don't feel like he needed to be rested. It's not Mason Mount or Kante. So where are we at here? That's I'm just asking questions. Like I said, my job here is to give my opinion, but also give a thought-provoking discussion. I'm just flagging the question. I just really want to know what you guys think, because what are we doing here? Is Alonso you guys' future left wing back for the next 3-4 years? Are we gonna bed Chilwell into this team and he's gonna be a starter? You don't really rotate your defense. So what are we doing? You think about that. I'll let you man do that. All right, well, I test merchant doesn't rate him, so there you go. He just said he's bad. All right, cool. Oh God, I'm going to block. I'm so tired of these fake accounts. So tired of these fake accounts. I'm sorry. Whenever I see a fake account now, I'm just gonna block you. I'm sorry. Love and guidance. I hope you do well in school, but I'm not. I can't be bothered. I don't know where Anita's gone, so I am potentially going to wrap this up soon. In the next, we'll give a free fight. Oh! Just as I say that, she's in the cup.
What are we seeing?
Oh my God, guys! Listen, yeah, I done my meeting. I took off my wig, took off my makeup. I sat in bed. I still got my tea here.
Anita, you always gotta come home, bro. You gotta come home.
You know what? I couldn't even help myself today. I'm happy. I'm feeling overjoyed. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling blessed. You know, I'm happy. Listen, I don't have much to say about today's match, yeah? But I like the way we played. Like the way we actually played today makes it my favorite match so far on the Tuchel. I think, just coming on this Alonso thing, I think Alonso stays for the next couple seasons. It's actually so sad. It's sad to say, but I think he stays for the next couple of seasons. And I think Chilwell does stay too. And I think it's going to be a rotation of the two. So I don't think we're going to get another left-back option. I think we're stuck with these two. And I'm not too mad at it, because if we do carry on this 3 at the back, Alonso, he's not so bad. You know, he got the assist, like everyone's saying, you know. Don't look at me like that. Come on. Don't look at me like that.
Don't look at me like that again, please.
Listen. Nobody in comments is really going to shift me from this opinion. We can always do better than Alonso. I don't care what reign of form he's in. And listen, you man in the comments can cook me, but I'm not. This is one opinion you're not taking off me. Yeah. When it comes to Marcos Alonso, I'll praise him when he does well. Cool, he did well today. He got an assist. We can always do better than this brother. Okay. When it comes to consistent crossing, when it comes to even dribbling 1v1, if you're gonna play as a left wing back, if you're gonna be quick, dynamic, he's not quick. I'm not gonna go through all his weaknesses today because it's not the right time or place. But we can do better. Yeah. I want the best. Yeah.
He was good today.
I'm not here for it.
He wasn't the best, but he was still good. Okay, cool. Let me cut this shit. He's not good enough for the team. 100%. 100%. He's not. No. I'm trying to give everyone life today because I really enjoyed the way he played. Cool. But like you said, we can do better than Alonso. I wouldn't mind getting rid of him, but it's looking like he's gonna get another year extension. And there's only one reason why that will be happening. It's because Tuchel likes the guy. Tuchel wants him to stay. And I'm just gonna have to get used to it. Victim of Chilwell ain't better. Oh, come on.
Hold on. Before we start a fight, I'm not Chilwell's biggest. I don't flag the chili beef flag because I didn't want him, right? That's the first thing. However, for me, you're comparing someone who's in their prime to someone who's young and can improve. That's the first thing, right? So that's where it doesn't make no sense. Second of all, personally, I always say give someone their first season, yeah, and it's a bit different for Chilwell because he's already been in the Prem, so he only just about gets that because he should have already adapted. But cool. If Chilwell doesn't do good enough next season, then sell them both. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on this. I don't care, bro. I don't have favorites. I don't give a rat's ass, bro. If neither of them end up being good enough consistently long term, then sell the blood clot both of them, fam, and go and get me another one, fam. And we'll keep doing this until we get it right. You know what I'm saying? You know them ones where the teacher just gives you back your homework. You're going to keep doing it until you get it right. You know what I'm saying? This football club with left backs, they don't know what they're doing, fam. I don't know what's going on since Ashley Cole left. They do not know what they're doing. We're going to keep doing this until we get it right.
It's been shocking.
Left backs and centre backs, fam. I mean, left backs and strikers.
Because, bro, a lot of... See, this is a great comment. Callum just said it. A lot of you, yeah, as soon as Alonso gets into the form, you start doing this. And I'm going to do it because he got the assist today. You start dancing, you know?
Yeah,
you start doing this. You know, you start twerking,
give us something to cheer about, bro.
Why don't you just sell him? Why don't you just sell him while he's at a high? Why don't you just sell him then? While he's putting in performances before we go back down the old way where we're always like, okay, now he's messing up again. And Alonso, why are you doing this? Why are we falling for the trick the 4th, 5th time? Why don't just sell his blood clot while he's got high value? Sell him in the summer now. If you're serious,
I really get really unbalanced.
If you're not serious and you want to keep doing these discussions every year, is he good enough? Is he not? You know, one day Cross is going out for throwing, next day it's going on heads for next day it's going on for Havertz. You do you, innit? But for me, I'm sick and tired of the yo-yo thing. All right? So I'm already telling you this right now. I ain't gonna change my opinion on this. I'm not.
Do you know what? It gives me Willian vibes. You see how everyone always wanted him out, but he kept staying. He's gonna be the next Willian. Then he'll end up at
the same damn trick.
I've clocked Chelsea fans. A lot of Chelsea fans are masochists. You know, I'm coming from. They love pain. They love suffering. That's what a lot of them. Sufferable. Honest to God, that's what a lot of Chelsea fans are. Willian, you know. I've not forgotten when Willian was leaving, and I put out one tweet. That tweet I got 5,000 likes.
Remember when Willian was leaving,
bro? People were crying on
and it was like, no, he should stay. We should give him a new deal. Oh, he's been.
I was wondering why. And you know what? It's all. Do you know the match goers? The people that actually
move on. Because this is my thing, yeah. If we sell him, do you think the world stops? Do you think time stops ticking? We move on. He's been here for so long. Is he one of the world's best? No. Is he in his prime? Yes. Then sack him. Move him on then so we can progress. If you're not world class and you're in your prime, bounce. I'm not going to say it again. That's what it's about, bro. Or you take a very deep squad position. Is either first choice, world class in your prime, and if you're not that, bounce. You man are getting gassed over a bit of... Look, I didn't want to do this, but you done this to me. Don't get gassed because we've got a bit of form going and then your hearts get broken again. You're like the brothers, yeah. You get cheated on, and then she says she's changed, and then gets you flowers and says, "Listen, I'm not gonna keep hanging out with the man them. I'm gonna come home at night. I'm gonna stop twerking at the nightclubs."
Why is it gonna be a she? Why can't it be a she?
Bro, because it's always the dudes, Anita. So I'm sticking it on the females now. It's always the dudes.
Nah,
and then you forgive her, and then you forgive her.
No, let me pause you there.
Now next year she's
let me pause you there. Let me pause you there. And then you now literally when you come back, you've gone out and everything. You find them with your best friend in your own apartment, fam, doing the dirty thing in your own room, fam. That's what you man are like.
And then it's International Women's Day, and you're slandering us like this.
I said they. Anita, I said they.
No, I said they. You know what, Dami, you were careful. You were careful.
I said they.
You're really using that one on us, yeah? Oh wow, okay.
International Women's Day. Don't worry, it's okay.
Because it's International Women's Day now. Women don't cheat.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah, these
now you messed up. Anita, now you messed up. I won't.
Yeah, you allow.
You said women don't cheat.
Yeah.
Did you just say women don't cheat? Oh my lord, let me tease and launch that podcast. I have some stories for you.
Yeah, when me speak our truth. Listen, all I have to say, yeah, is when me and Dami speak our truth. But true say, yeah, listen, these brothers allowing Alonso back into their lives long term. You are the brothers that will walk into your bedroom and see, oh Jesus, knickers on the floor. What happened here? And then under the covers, there's next man there just chilling in your bed. That's what's gonna happen to you if you don't fix up and start listening. Every year we do the same thing. Why are you man not ready to move on? Do you not want to see what a different left wing back looks like? I want to go and get that brother from Dortmund. What's his name? They
need to change some of your memory cards. You understand? Some of your memory cards are looking bad. Some of you are on iPhone 6 settings. I don't know if your OS is readjusting your brain and whatnot. But you might need to move differently. You get me? Because true say,
get cheated on by Matildas and whatnot. Right.
By the way, before we continue slandering women,
the Ejo,
whatever, you're co-signing the piece. You're co-signing.
Bring him to the bridge. Bring him.
Oh.
Bring him to the bridge now.
Guys,
bring him. The propaganda can stop. Bring him to the bridge.
Anita wants to speak.
Bring him. Anita, we're going to give you the final
whatever.
Wrap up soon.
Bring whoever. I just want to say, very loud and clear. Someone said it's Men's Day. How dare you? How dare you to say that? Anyway, I'm not going to get on to it. I've got limited time. I want to give Jorginho.
Do we have a Men's Day? Do we have a Men's Day?
No, you don't.
Hold on. When you don't. Sorry, go on. Let me just find out.
Did you say Jorginho?
I want to give Jorginho his flowers. I'm so done. I thought those were boxes for a second, Dami.
Right. You're just not going to load.
There's no Men's Day. Don't Google it. There's no Men's Day. Whilst you Google,
we
don't have a day.
You don't have a day.
We don't have a day. Bomber clats. It's not.
Oh, y'all don't do that.
It's calm.
Y'all don't do that.
Anita, I'm gonna let you give your final thoughts because obviously we didn't get to hear much from you today. Sadly, tears. Okay,
sorry.
But you're gonna be back for Leeds, isn't it?
Oh yeah, back and better. We move.
Right. But I'll let Anita close the show. Go on.
Jorginho, some flowers. I feel like Jorginho was probably maybe top 3 on the pitch today. I really enjoyed his movement in the midfield, the way he controlled the midfield. It was very pleasing to watch. I want to give some flowers to Kovacic. Not top 3, but definitely top 4, top 5. You know,
Kovacic,
yeah.
Bumbu Rasklat. I don't want.
Flowers. What you didn't raise his voice today?
No. Let's not. Let's let her. Let her have a speech because we have to wrap up soon.
Today,
we can't go back and forth on this.
I'm thinking the thing about Kovacic today, he was doing a whole load of Kante shit, and he did it very well. He was intercepting play, breaking up play very well today. And I really appreciated that.
Somebody said Jesus. What was last
I
time?
really Kovacic was good.
Nah, that's all.
Nah, okay, do you know what? It's me closing it out. Let me just give my... Anyway, I really wanted to appreciate Kovacic. I really wanted to appreciate Callum Hudson-Odoi. Left wing Callum is beautiful. Sensational. I really enjoyed it. And you know what? I like the link-up play, interchanging between Werner, Callum, and Havertz, all of that. Callum will go number 10, and then Werner will go number 9, or Havertz will go to the right wing, stuff like that. I really love things like that, you know. Like, I didn't know where everyone was at one time. I thought that was quite beautiful. Havertz playing that false 9 position. Dami, I know you enjoyed today. I really know you enjoyed today. Listen, the way he was interchanging between the false 9 and the 10 role was absolutely beautiful. And obviously, no disrespect to Mason Mount at all. But when Mason Mount came in and Mason was making his runs, I could really see the difference. There was a big difference in quality. And listen, if we can keep both, we keep both. People are asking, do we keep Kai Havertz or Mason Mount? I want them both. Let's keep them. This guy's making it.
Smoking.
Let me know.
You understand? 9.56218748.
Please. Let her have her stage, please.
And then when Pulisic came on, the American Dragon, and stunk up the place, Kai Havertz was still there carrying everyone on his back.
Every day, Pulisic stats land up high. Every day. Guys, link is in the chat for Dami's channel. Please make sure you subscribe. Every day.
Pulisic.
Link is in the description. Sorry, link is in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to Dami's channel. Every day, Anita.
Pulisic has to go.
We just let it rest one day. Why? He's young.
Anita, even on Sunday, Jesus rested. Anita, even on Sunday, Jesus rested. Follow the Lord. I know you go for night vigil. You know the Lord rested.
Yeah, I went for night vigil, and the Lord told me this ain't it. This ain't it. No. But I just don't understand why he keeps getting minutes. I understand if we want to see out the game, whatever. This guy stinks. He stinks. He stinks so bad. Kai Havertz was meant to come. No. Kai Havertz was meant to come off. And Kai Havertz looked at who was getting substituted for.
Why you always got to ruin it, Anita? Why?
It's true. Kai Havertz saw who was at the touchline and thought, no, I ain't going off for this one.
Link is in the chat. Subscribe to Dami's channel.
Get Pulisic out of my club next season. I don't want to see him there. I don't want him there.
Jesus rested, dude.
I don't think he's 22. He's had 22 injuries.
Jesus rested.
Why are we talking about his injuries? 22 injuries. That's a concern. It is a concern. Like we're saying, he's had a good season last season.
Hey, Dami, we need to fight the devil. Dami, help me fight the devil.
No. Do you know who you're fighting? Pulisic you're fighting Pulisic. You're fighting Pulisic. Yeah?
Please, miss me with this, please.
Put Pulisic in your prayers. Everybody in the comments, put him in your prayers. Let's go to church.
Stop it. Please.
Yeah.
Please. Stop it. Please.
Another year.
I beg of you.
I will pray for him. I will go to my white garment church and I will pray for him.
Okay.
His ability is gone. He needs to go.
Guys.
I think we play too much. I think we play too much.
No weapon fashioned against me shall prosper, and neither shall Pulisic. None.
We need a flashlight. Where's your flashlight, fam? We need a flashlight.
No. I'm happy I left that till last because now you can't rebuttal. Matisse has to be somewhere.
I'm not rebuttaling. I'm wrapping this up. People, make sure you go and follow Anita on all socials if you want to. If after that, I don't know. There's the socials there. Hold on a second. Oh my goodness. They're saying Anita out. Okay, there we go. Look, follow her. Her is there. Dami's link is in description. I'm gonna put it in one more time, and I'm gonna end the show now because I have to go and do Big Six. And I need to start.
Try and check out my new YouTube video. Check out my newest YouTube video. It just came out. I beg you, go check out my newest YouTube video.
Okay. We get it.
Check out my newest YouTube video. Understand? Listen.
Okay. We are fighting the devil. Please. We have to go. I'm sorry about everything you heard.
Pulisic has to go. Bring me Sancho. Bring me Sancho. Bring me Haaland.
Bye.
Get Pulisic out.
Roll the outro now.
The devil.